Hello and welcome. Today we're doing the Tarkov mystery questline. We're doing the skiers and the peacekeepers questlines from start to finish. And the reward is an item that you can carry across wipes like a trophy. There's a lot to do, so let's get straight into it. The way it kicks off is with the Tarkov mystery, and for this one we need to hand in an encrypted flash drive. Those flash drives are found all over Tarkov at the moment, in all the places that flash drives usually would be. So we're talking filing cabinets, jackets, safes, things like that. They seem to be popping up everywhere. Once you've handed one of them in, you're going to get another task off Skier called Breakthrough. Hand over a decrypted flash drive. He actually gives you your flash drive back, says it needs to be decrypted, and that's where the mechanic comes in. The mechanic has 3 tasks for us to do: decrypted hurdle part 1, 2 and 3. First off, we need to hand him the encrypted flash drive, 3 CPUs, 3 RAM and 2 SSDs. And once we've done that, we'll be over to decrypted hurdle part 2. Now in this one we need to stash a military gyrotachometer at the top of reserve inside the dome. So go into the dome, head up the stairs, there'll be a white box there and it's a 20-second place. And once you've placed it, go back outside, get your yellow flare out, shoot it into the air, and the task will be complete. Once we hand it in, we're going to unlock decryption hurdles part 3. And for this one we need to eliminate scavs on customs. No explaining needed here, because if you don't know how to do this, you're probably still looking for Salewas and morphine. So go and get your customs kills and hand this one in. And you can see on the rewards here, the most important part of this really is the fact that you unlock a craft in the hideout, which is the decrypted flash drive craft, which is exactly what the skier is after in his breakthrough task. But this is where it gets interesting, because the Peacekeeper also wants the flash drive. So this is where you have to decide which side you're going to go with. You have to choose an alliance. Here's a look at the craft in the intelligence center. It takes 15 minutes to do. You need to put in the decrypted flash drive and you'll get out the encrypted flash drive. And in true Art Attack style, we're not going to wait the 15 minutes because this is one I made earlier. So again, of course, this is where you need to make that decision. Are you going U-turn with the Peacekeeper, or are you going to be going over to the skier and doing breakthrough with the skier? On this particular account, I am going with the Peacekeeper U-turn. Let's turn it in. We actually have 3 of them. And I've now jumped over to my other account, the PvP account, where we're going to go with skier and breakthrough. Next up we have get into the core, or if you chose the skier it will be take 2. It's the same one. The initial equipment, as you can see, is a new craft in the hideout. And here's a look at that craft right now. It's in the intelligence center, of course. You need 1 encrypted flash drive to get it sent away, and it takes 10 minutes to do. I didn't realize you were going to need so many in the end, because each time you send it away you actually only get 2 numbers of the combination, and overall I think it's 10 flash drives you're going to need. Important point with the flash drives as well is if you are fast enough, you can buy them off the flea market, and that can save you a lot of time, but it is fastest finger first. And then after you get all the numbers revealed, you get yourself the mini intelligence, the document with decrypted data. It's a 1-slot intelligence, and this is obviously what you hand in now to finish off the quest. On this account I believe it's the Peacekeeper, and it will be get into the core. You get some really nice rewards for this one, 86k in XP. A little error there, don't know what that was, but the next task we've got, it did go through, it's no peeking. We need to eliminate PMC operatives at the Terror Group HQ on Ground Zero. And here's a look at the Ground Zero map. It's inside the red box that you need to kill the PMCs for them to count. And once you've done that, you'll be getting the 43 XP for completing no peeking with the Peacekeeper. As for the skier side of it, let's hand in the documents. And the next task we get is photo hunt. We need to stash 4 cameras on Ground Zero in 4 different locations. So location number 1 is in the Terror Group building by this plant pot. You can see it by the ATMs. The next one's actually just down this corridor to the left. There's some stairs. We need to head to the top and place it by the metal panel. Next up, we need to go to those stairs in front of us and head up to rooms 3 and 4. We're going to need the key for this one. The first one is right in the corner of room 4. This is actually crazy how far into the corner you've got to go to actually get the place prompt. But it is there once you push in. And finally, right next door to this room, you have room number 3. I've gone past it there actually to turn back. And inside here, just travel to the other side, you're going to see a bookcase. And that's where the final camera is placed. The next task is with the mechanic, and it's exactly the same on both the skier and the peacekeeper side, and it's Forgotten Acquaintance. For this one, you need to go to Lighthouse, to this garage section right here. You need to go to upstairs to the 2nd floor of this building, right up to the door where it's going to just activate the task. That's it. And once you've done that, you do need to extract for this one as well. Next up, once you've completed that, you get the task Seeking Information. Locate and obtain the hard drive inside the cottage hideout on Lighthouse. Hand over the hard drive. For this particular task, you are going to need the USEG cottage room key. Cost $1 million at the moment, as you can imagine, because of this particular quest. And we're going back to the exact same place we were before, but this time we have the key to the door. And there's some intel in the room. It's either up on the shelves above the bed or on the table are the 2 places I've seen it in the room, so it does move around. And of course, you do need to successfully survive an extract from the raid. Once you hand that into the mechanic, you get another quest with the quest line you decided to go down. With Peacekeeper, you have Obstruction Destruction, eliminate skiers people on customs. And on the skier side of things, the quest is called Obstacle Course, eliminate Peacekeepers people on shoreline. So Peacekeepers scavs are the ones in the blue. If you're doing the skiers quest line, you're looking to kill one of them on customs. And skiers scavs are the one in the red, and you need to go to shoreline if you're looking to kill one of them. And as you can see, I've just completed these now. It took me a while to get them done. I did have to kill a lot of scavs to find the right scavs, but they are in the raids, so just run around, find as much scavs as you can. Actually turned out quite relaxing and fun. And you can see there's a big XP reward here as well, 126k XP, and you get 3 bottles of Fierce Hatchling Moonshine, which is quite cool. You get 3 intelligence with the Peacekeepers quest, so something of almost equal value. Let's turn this one in with the skier. The next one is Radio Club with the skier. Let's go and turn it in with the Peacekeeper before we get into these. And the Peacekeeper's new task is A New Hope. For this one, you need to locate and obtain the unheard laptop at the smuggler's base on Shoreline. And here's the Shoreline map. The place we need to go is in the top right. It's the new place that's recently been added. There's 4 different places where you can find the laptop. You can find it on the chair. Look at the surroundings either side of the picture if you're struggling to find the location. You can find it by some crates underneath some stairs. You can find it in between an old chair and a sofa. And finally, the one that I've actually had on my playthrough, inside the open minivan. And back over to the skier, the task is Radio Club. Eliminate scavs on woods. We need 8 of them. Install radio repeater at the mountain crate on woods, at the ravine stash on woods, and at the mountain bunker on woods. Major issue for me on the task here, and this is something you might want to be careful with yourself. I have 3 of these I want to plant on woods. I can put 1 in my container, but I would have to risk losing 2 of them. I don't seem to be able to get them on the flea market. You can see they're not available. So I imagine they're really, really rare and really hard to get. So this may take a few more raids than you first anticipated. So let's get planting these anyway. They're all located on the big mountain in woods, so there's no need for a map location. Surely everyone knows where the big mountain in the center of woods is. And the first place is by this crate here, just next to this box. You need to get real close, and you have a 20-second place. The second location is the old Red Rebel spot on woods. You can see there's a few crates at the back there. You used to be able to extract here, no longer since the map's been expanded. And you just need to place them right at the back next to the blue containers. And finally, this final spot can be much tougher to find. It's right at the top. You've got to kind of like work your way over there. There are a couple of ways up there. This is one of them. You drop on this loot spot here before continuing round the mountain and climbing up the other side. Once you do make it round to the other side, you're going to see a doorway that leads down to a bunker, but we're not going to be going down that now. Right next to it, there's a crate, and this is where we plant the last item. So we're going to kick it off and turn this in with the skier to begin with. And same goes for the Peacekeeper on the other side. Let's hand in the laptop. So the tasks just keep on coming. The next one we have with Peacekeeper is Liaison. We need to locate the specific zone on Customs. And here's the location we're looking for, this cabin right here, quite close to the gas station. There's a filing cabinet straight in front of us, and the Bitcoin that was just given to us, we need to now plant that here. Once you've done that, just step outside with your yellow flare, fire it into the sky, and that's that part of the quest done. But unlike the other quests, you do need to survive the raid this time. Over to the Skiers path, and it's a fence quest we have up next, Ceasefire Information. Locate and obtain Skier and Peacekeeper's correspondence in the villa on Shoreline. So here's a map of Shoreline, and you can see down to the bottom left here, the villas that you need to visit have been pointed out. Villa number 1, it's on the 2nd floor in the nightstand. Villa number 2, it's on the 1st floor in the window. Villa number 3, it's on the 1st floor. This is where I found it tucked into the sofa. Villa number 4, it's on the 2nd floor tucked under a book. And finally, villa number 5, it's tucked right under the TV on the stand there. And this one's on the 1st floor. So we're at that point again where we got 2 tasks to hand in. Let's go with the Peacekeeper first. That gives us, interestingly, the task we've actually just done. And we've just done it again. Same goes on the skier. Let's turn it in. Next up, we have Ceasefire Part 2. This is on the skier side of things. We need to eliminate any target while using an M4A1, Utah helmet, and armor on Customs. Here's a look at the gear here. This is what you're going to need, and this is what our guy's going to look like. And here's the Peacekeeper side of it. Same name, Ceasefire Part 2. And for this one, we need to eliminate any targets whilst using an AK-74N, Cora Coulon DFL body armor, and a 6B47 helmet. And this one's on Shoreline. And this is what our character is going to look like for this one. So there's that one done on both accounts. Let's turn in Ceasefire Part 2. And the next quest is exactly the same no matter what line you take. It's Trade Embargo. Sell barter items to fence. Possibly one of the easiest tasks we're ever going to get for 45k XP. So head over to trading, go to sell, and pick out the 15 bartered items that you're happy to sell. And we're really coming to the end of this now. For Peacekeeper, we have Atonement, reach the east wing of the health resort on Shoreline, eliminate scavs on Shoreline. And that comes with another task on fence as well, which is help Peacekeeper make Atonement. And you can already see the rewards below are the rewards we're chasing down. The task goes by the same name for the skier, but for him we need to reach the roof of the 3-story dorms on Customs and eliminate scavs on Customs. And of course it's linked to the same task for fence redemption, help skier make Atonement. Let's go and get these done. So for the Customs ones, it's the top of 3-story dorms right next to the marked room that you need to go outside of. And for the Shoreline, it's the east wing, and you need to make your way all the way up to the roof. Let's turn this one in with the Peacekeeper. And you can see now the redemption task with the fence has been expanded. And the final thing we need to do before we get the reward is locate and obtain the unheard laptop on Shoreline. Let's do the same on the skier questline. And again, it's expanded over with the fence, obviously slightly different. Locate and obtain the unheard phone on Customs. So we're doing the custom ones first. You can find it here on the floor by the sandbags. It can be right on the edge, so just look right on the edge of the building. It can also be down by these boxes here by the crate. And it can also be in probably the most dangerous place, and this is where my one was, right on the crate here. As for Shoreline, we're going back to the east wing of the resort. And you want to head right to the roof where there's going to be 4 locations to check. The first one's right by the door as you come in. The second one is by another box. Again, you can see the door in the background for reference. The third place it could be is inside a broken box on the roof. And finally, there's a crate that the laptop can be behind. And with a successful extraction, you will have finally completed the Tarkov mystery. You get a cool message saying the Peacekeeper has forgiven but not forgotten. And let's do the same on the skier questline on the PvP account for me. Let's hand over the phone and complete the questline. This time we get a different message. That's it, the phone goes to the right person. The skier can be happy to be effed off. So here's a look at the rewards. The first one's really cool. Mr. Kerman's cat hologram. This is a unique item in the sense that it will not disappear with wipe and you'll always have this as a trophy. And the other item you get from doing this is the sacred amulet of the Lightkeeper. This fits into your special slot on the PMC. And I've just gone onto the wiki to see what this amulet does. While a player is wearing the amulet, all cultists on all locations do not attack the player unless provoked. Zairachi's guards are not affected by it. So this is actually pretty sweet. You can wear this, you can approach cultists, and you can kill cultists whilst wearing this. So these are the rewards anyway. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I've actually really enjoyed the questline, as stressful as it was not knowing how long it was going to last. And here it is in the hideout where it will stay for the rest of eternity. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.